Multiple microphones here. Good evening and welcome to the Bedminster Township Committee. This is the Bedminster Township Committee meeting that is regularly scheduled. This is our June 3rd, 2024. Let's see, we have a full complement of Bedminster Township Committee here in person with Committeeman Stevenson, Committeeman Hickey, Committeewoman Moreski, Committeewoman Fernandez. Ms. Ray, may I please have the Open Public Meetings Act statement?
Yes, Mayor. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Township Committee was sent to the Courier News Somerville, Bernardsville News Whippany, and to all subscribers and posted at the Township Municipal Building on January 5th, 2024.
Great, thank you. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a terrific event coming up. But before we get there, we do, well, actually, right, we have, we'll do public comments second. Okay, great. Thank you. So tonight, we have the opportunity to swear in a new police officer. And just have some notes on our new police officer, and I see his family is in attendance. So tonight we are swearing in Liam McCann as a Bedminster Police Department patrol officer. Liam resides in Somerset County, very close by, with his wife, Tori. Liam is a U.S. Navy veteran. We've 4 years of service in the Navy. Someone can nod their head yes. Yes. And as a graduate of the Essex County Police Academy, Liam has previous law enforcement experience as a dispatcher in Clifton and as a sheriff's officer in Essex County. He is a third-generation police officer. His father, Glenn, was an officer in Glen Ridge and also, I believe, a close-by resident in Somerset County. And his grandfather, John, was a sheriff's officer in Essex County. So this is, once again, this is, we do a lot of things up here. We pass the ordinances, we pass resolutions, but this is truly one of the great experiences that we get as a township committee, is especially when a young officer comes on board. Bedminster Police has a terrific and well-deserved history for being a great place to work. Got Chief Bernardo, Lieutenant Polito, and our sergeants have been with us for years. And what we like to see, and we are very lucky in this, is that officers who start off in Bedminster or come to us as relatively new officers, they stay here. They stay here because they like the department, they like the town, they love the department, they love the town. And, we just think this is, it's always great to see. And we welcome Liam, we welcome you and your family to Bedminster. So thank you so much for choosing Bedminster for your employment and your career. So what we have to do is we get to swear Officer McCann in. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to transition to the front of the dais. And Officer McCann, if you can come on up. And if there's anyone that you would like to hold the Bible for you as we swear you in. And this is Tori. So nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Robin, how do you want us situated?
Where you are is perfect.
Okay, so. Okay. So this is the oath of office. So I
I, William Francis McCann,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of New Jersey,
and the state of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of Bedminster Police Patrol,
of the office of Bedminster Police Patrol,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and that I will not use my office
and that I will not use my office
to grant preferential treatment,
to grant preferential treatment,
nor to seek personal gain,
nor to seek personal gain,
favor,
favor,
or advantage
or advantage
not available to the general public.
not available to the general public.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So pictures.
You guys can, families, come on up.
Everyone can come on up.
And you can be in.
Why don't you all get in there and I'll take a picture and send it to you. I'll send it to Liam,
Oh, thank you.
okay?
We might not receive that. I'll say that almost.
You wanna hop in?
We should put it on the website. Sure, that's up here.
Need you guys to speak in just a little bit. There we go.
All right.
Oh, that's great. Very nice.
Yes.
Perfect.
So.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So now you two get it.
Oh, I gotta take more.
That's right, go take some more.
Let me go back.
Congratulations.
I think I have a steady hand.
You have, well, you got a smile. You got to have a smile. You got to.
Yeah.
All right, I remember doing yours just a few days ago. All right, so. You are sorry.
Not moving, Frank. Excellent, thank you. All right, gang.
Let's get God.
That's a Tom smile.
That's great.
Nice job.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
That's great.
Can only get worse as you get older. They don't have to stay.
Somebody should tell them you don't have to stay.
We'll have dinner. We'll just like
That's right.
celebrate. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Send this to you. They can't.
Officer McKay.
MCCA. Oh, you see it.
And the bottom.
So this is the time of the meeting that we reserve for public comments. Any member of the public who wishes to make a statement can come on up to the microphone up here. If you are participating remotely, take your cursor, scroll down to the bottom, click on participants, click on raise hand, and you'll be admitted into queue for public comment. Seeing none, we will move on with the meeting. And Robin, I assume that there's
That's
no
correct.
participants from
Renee's here for
Zoom.
a permit later on the
Okay.
meeting.
We have one set of meeting minutes to approve
Oh.
tonight. That's the May 2024 Township Committee meeting. Any comments or questions regarding those minutes? Seeing none, take motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
right,
Thank you.
I wasn't here, so I abstained.
we have three
So
permits
noted.
to consider tonight. First is a social fair permit to benefit the Center for Great Expectations on July 16 from 12:30 to 5:30 at Fiddler's Elbow. And a social fair permit to benefit Children's Specialized Hospital Foundation, Inc. on July 22 from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Hamilton Farm Golf Club. We'll take those two social fair permits. And any questions or comments? Seeing none, take motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
We do have a fireworks permit for a fireworks displays that's scheduled for July 2nd. With a rain date of July 6th at approximately 9 p.m. at Hamilton Farm Golf Club. And we have with us tonight Renee Murillo from Hamilton Farm Golf Club. If to answer any questions or comments regarding the fireworks permit. Chief, I take it that both your office and, well, actually the fire department has gone through, they're already okay with everything?
I'm okay with it, yes.
Okay. Any comments or questions from Township Committee? Any questions for either Robin or the fire department's report, or for Renee himself?
Just a quick question in terms of how long will they last and have the neighbors been notified?
So the show lasts about 17 minutes. I'm sorry, good evening, everyone first. The show lasts 17 minutes, and as soon as I receive the approval from the township, we send letters with the 2 weeks notifying all the neighborhoods.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, take a motion to approve the fireworks permit for July 2nd at Hamilton Farm Golf Course.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go monthly report discussion by subcommittee chair, Committeeman Stevenson.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Just real quick on DPW. We continue to mow the fields, both the ball, mow the grass on the fields and on the streets. Doing some road patch work as well. We have mulch. We still are at a high level of mulch.
Yeah, we've probably gotten maybe 20 inquiries in regards to mulch, so.
Okay, so that's what we're looking for that, right?
Yeah.
We're actively looking to get rid of our mulch. I know folks.
You need
like-
to get rid of it.
Yeah,
right?
we've got
Because
too
it's
much.
taking
You
up,
like some there? That's fine.
you have plenty.
So if you know folks that are interested in getting some mulch,
No,
we do provide it. We deliver it.
we don't, we're delivered,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
'Cause
we deliver it.
So if
and
you want
secure it.
mulch delivered by Bedminster Township,
Give Kevin a call and set up your delivery. It's not like triple screened and all that, but it is, if you want to describe what you have,
It's double ground, it's all natural, it's not that.
there you go, undyed mulch, natural mulch. So I encourage folks to do that. That would help us out quite a bit too. So it's a win-win for everybody. And then just finally on the generator install down there, our pad's poured. We're just waiting for the gas work to come in. So we're moving along on that. I'll have more updates on the other committees later on. Thank you.
Great.
Mayor.
Newman Heckey.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. I have had no subcommittee meeting since our last meeting, so I'll yield my time back to the floor, but I do have a really long utilities report, so I might take some of the time back then. Just warning you.
Riveting.
Committeewoman Moreski.
Good evening, everyone. I have had no meeting since our last township meeting, but Mayor, you attended the Field of Honor ceremony
Yes.
on Saturday, and I was not able to go, but if you would be able to tell everybody how wonderful it was with the flags and the trees.
It was a wonderful event. Once again, JVH does a terrific job with Field of Honor. The flag's been up there for what, about a week and a half now?
A couple of weeks.
So it was a great opportunity once again to see everyone get out there. You had Central Jersey saxophone
Quartet.
quartet. It's quartet,
Seemed
right?
like there were more than.
Yeah, it seemed like they were, yeah.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to say quintet.
Yeah.
They were performing both at the farmer's market and then they transitioned over to the in front of the JVH house. So there was a great showing for them, a great showing for the Field of Honor. And Renee, we did the Salem Oak planning. So once again, I want to thank Whit Parker and everyone from the Environmental Commission, President or Chair Dawn March, for coordinating the planting of the Salem Oak. Once again, the Salem Oak was a 600-year-old oak tree that was living in Salem Township. It crashed, died, whatever trees happens to trees. Back in 2019, in the previous year, Department of Environmental Protection had collected a lot of acorns from this tree. I guess they had some idea that something was happening with the tree. And from the acorns, they got seedlings. And they offered the seedlings to towns across New Jersey to plant. That all got suspended. They wanted to do it on Earth Day, but that got deferred with COVID. However, we did collect the seedling from the oak. And Whit Parker, who Bedminster resident, Environmental Commission member, and a forester, nurtured that seedling to approximately 3.5 feet. And so I can call it a sapling at this point. And Whit handled the installation of the oak tree right off to the side of the Jacobus Vanderveer house. Did a little presentation. Burnsville News was there. Thank you, Pat Robinson, for taking pictures. And it was a nice tie-in with the efforts of the historic nature of the Jacobus Vanderveer house and coordinated with Field of Honor display. So it was a very nice event and well done by JVH. And once again, congratulations to the Environmental Commission.
I will pass that along.
Okay.
Thank you so much for going. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Committeewoman Fernandez.
Thank you, Mayor. Camp is just gearing up, starting, the end of this month and, programs are winding down, so there's not really a rec update. And Robin has some information about our recreation grant that she'll share with us later. That's all.
Okay. So I did get a chance to talk to Neil Mastrobuono at the over the weekend, and he said that camp is booked up, that the trips and all the other programs are booked up. Neil fully expects to get the calls from the latecomers going, well, I didn't know that it was done. But so Neil will have to deal with that. And then also from Iraq, Neil and Robin have some very interesting news that Robin will report on during administrative report. Farmers market. So we've had 2 farmers markets since we last met. Memorial Day, Saturday, we had 1,435, not vendors, not counting our volunteers, 1,435 patrons come through the farmers market. And last week we had 1,260, so not much of a drop off. Want to give a great thank you to all the members of the Farmers Market Advisory Committee, and also a shout out to Kevin Murray from DPW. Kevin, what you performed at River Road was noticed by everyone.
Thank you.
The pavilion, great hit. The bathrooms,
Everybody loves him.
It was crazy. And at the last Saturday, Committeeman Hickey and I were like, okay, it's the end of the day. We've had 1,200 people come through. Okay. Let's go. Let's go see what it looks like. It's pristine.
It's great.
There was no odors. The fan was going. So whatever you guys contracted for, installed, top notch, great job. And so once again, well done, and thank you for all the effort that you guys put into it. So it looks great. Land use board, Colin and I have a land use board meeting coming up this week. So nothing new to present other than what we discussed at our last meeting. And this is just going a little afield of a subcommittee, but I did have a meeting with State Senator Doug Steinhardt with Robin last week. We discussed a number of issues, the Oprah reforms, discussed some of the issues that are germane here with policing, community policing, the radios, the Aspire legislation, financial incentives to help the former AT&T site get redeveloped. Senator Steinhardt was aware of those efforts and is going to track down the legislation and certainly will pass through his desk on the Senate Budget Committee. So he'll have to take a look at that, and he certainly knows our position in support of getting that property redeveloped. And we are waiting on some other feedback from Senator Steinhardt. It's going to check in on a couple things for us and report back. So both Robin and I will report back at our next meeting to the extent we've heard from Senator Steinhardt on those issues. And that's really all I have. I'll be talking about the Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee under old business, and turn to Robin for the administrator's report.
Sure, Mayor, unfortunately, we did not get our project was not selected for Congressman Keene's community funding project grant. However, we have a meeting later on this week to discuss alternative options for us. The Somerset County Film Commissioner reported at the last meeting that we were having a photographer come that had to be postponed. He's actually coming tomorrow from the New Jersey State Film Commission to photograph about 20+ sites submitted just in Bedminster Township. And so we'll be hopefully introducing on June 17th an ordinance regarding the Somerset County Film Ready initiative that's out. And then good news, really good news, actually, we heard on Friday, close the business, that the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs has awarded Bedminster Township $72,000 for the 2024 Recreation Improvement Grant. And so back in February, Recreation Director Neil Mastrobuono, with assistance from myself and Director Kevin Murray, submitted the Recreation Improvement Grant. We requested a maximum amount of $100,000, which is the max you can actually request. And we were very happy to receive $72,000. The plans for the grant funds, which is required a cash match from the municipality and then a little bit more, is to relocate and enlarge the Burton Mills Dog Park. So that was terrific news that we received. Reminder that tomorrow is election day. Polls are open from 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. And the voting will take place here in Bedminster Town Hall for districts 1, 4, 5, and 6. Up in the hills at Artillery Park, districts 7, 8, and 9, and then Lamington Church, districts 2 and 3. And then on Friday, Mayor, remember, we have our second annual Civics Day with the Bedminster Township School 8th grade. That's brought to us by Social Studies Professor Ryan McCoy. And students, the 8th grade students, will be learning all about what it takes to run a municipal government. Don't forget. And that concludes my report.
So taking them through, as I did last year, a little bit of stall tactics. So we reduced the opportunity to be barraged by the 8th grade. Take them through. Kevin will do a nice tour of DPW. They'll get to see a police vehicle. Robin and Janine will take them through Town Hall, and then they'll let loose. So, yeah, but no, this is great. It's a great opportunity and the civics lesson, it's just been great. And it's also really great for them to see the building, the other buildings and to see how everything works. It's, I think, a great opportunity. Thank you to the teachers who put that together.
Q and A is the best.
Yep.
The mayor Q and A. The best.
The next is community policing report. Chief Bernardo.
Yeah, just a reminder, August 6th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. is National Night Out. We're hosting it with Far Hills and P-PAC Police Departments this year. There'll be food trucks and dunk tank and games and a football, home run derby, and other fun events, and I hope we get a good turnout.
So Chief, who's going in the dunk tank?
It's for the mayors. It's been decided. Nobody wants to see me in a bathing suit.
August 5th,
The 6th.
6th.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And once again, Bedminster Police continues to do a terrific job with community policing, and it's it's noticed. Had residents actually come up to me at the farmers market and talk about seeing the police out there and seeing what they're going to do. So once again, just well done. Introduction of ordinances. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ordinances. So Rob, the real, wait, actually, no, I'm sorry. We have more than that. My page was upside down. 1, 2, 3,
There's 8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am going to pull ordinance number 2024-013 off. This is the ordinance that would amend our property maintenance ordinance to include the R1. I'm just going to pull that off. I think just we need a little more discussion about that ordinance before we proceed with an introduction. So I'm going to pull ordinance 2024-013 off. And Robin, is it fair to say that all the other ordinances are all tied into the adoption of the budget?
All but one,
Which is the
014 authorizes capital funds for engineering design improvements to,
Okay.
So.
all right. So John Bellardo. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 budget related ordinances. I know you told us last time that can we do this all together, the introduction, or do we have to still do them separately?
No, they have to be done separately, Mayor.
Okay. So ordinance number 2024-007. This authorizes appropriations of $254,924.72 for capital facility improvements in Bedminster Township. If this ordinance is introduced, the public hearing will be scheduled for June 17th.
Mayor, quick question. I think the agenda is wrong. It should be 350.
354.
Yeah,
354.
Yeah.
right. It's correct on in the
It's
Correct in the ordinance.
itself. Yeah. Yep.
okay. So with that adjustment, we have a motion to introduce ordinance number 2024-007.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Next ordinance for introduction is 2024-008, authorizes appropriations of $5,000 for building access control upgrades. Introduce the public hearing, be scheduled for June 17th. The motion to introduce ordinance number 2024-008.
So.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Next is the introduction of ordinance number 2024-009. This authorizes the funding for the 2024 pavement management plan for Bedminster Township Department of Public Works. If introduced, a public hearing will be scheduled for June 17, 2024. The motion to introduce ordinance number 2024-009.
So moved.
Session.
Roll call vote again, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Next is introduction of ordinance number 2024-010. This authorizes the funding for various equipment for the Far Hills Bedminster Fire Department. If introduced, the public hearing will be scheduled for June 17, 2024. The motion to introduce ordinance 2024-010.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye. Next is the introduction of ordinance number 2024-011, authorizes the funding for various equipment for the Bedminster Township Police Department. If introduced, the public hearing will be scheduled for June 17. With a motion to introduce ordinance number 2024-011.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye. And the last budget-related ordinance is ordinance number 2024-012. This ordinance authorizes funding for various equipment for the Bedminster Township Department of Public Works. If introduced, the public hearing will be scheduled for June 17, 2024. Motion to introduce ordinance number 2024-012.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
As I mentioned, I'm going to table ordinance number 2024-013. So we're going to go to ordinance 2024-014. This ordinance authorizes 2023 capital funds for engineering design improvements to Union Grove, Lisk Hill, Daly, and Longview roads, for which the department has received a DOT fiscal year 2023 local aid grant for $286,530. If introduced, public hearing will be scheduled for June 17, 2024. We have a motion to introduce ordinance number 2024-014.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Public hearing of ordinances, we have none, but we will have more than enough at our next meeting. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items on our consent agenda. These are items of a routine nature. Any member of the Township Committee may ask to pull one off for individual consideration. Seeing none, take a motion to approve the resolutions on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
And just a real quick note, resolution 2024-077 appoints Vincent DiMartino to the Land Use Board to fill the unexpired term of Kathy Christie. One of the things that we've been doing with the Land Use Board is getting some overlap with some of the other boards. So Vincent is a member of the Board of Health, and where he's been a tremendous asset. And I think he even attested to that.
Yep.
And so we want to have someone from the Board of Health sit on the Land Use Board so that we've got, once again, overlap and some of the same issues that are discussed at the Board of Health or come back at the Land Use Board. So it's good to have that liaison. So just as Kathy Christie was a liaison from HPC, she filled dual roles and could talk about what the HPC, how they were looking at issues at the Land Use Board level. Then you can do the same with respect to Board of Health issues. We have one item, one resolution that is not not on the consent agenda, and that's resolution 2024-078. And this resolution authorizes the insertion of a special item of revenue, an insertion of an item of appropriation in an equal amount, the 2024 budget to include funding for the 2024 Clean Communities Grant. Ms. Ray.
Sure. I was
What's-
going to actually defer to our Public Works Manager, who's also our Clean Communities Coordinator, because this is his efforts that has.
Yes, so
Okay, Kevin, what do we got?
like we typically do, we receive a grant after we adopt our budget. It's chapter 159, we do this every year. I believe Robin said last meeting, it's 30,000, we're gonna get this year. Of which 25% we typically use towards purchase of equipment for public works, which would be a maximum allowable expense. So that'll allow the funds to be available to shoot for us.
Great. Great.
And the award's 2,500 more than last year. Nice job.
Good job. A motion to approve the bill list pending review of individual invoices.
So moved.
Oh, I'm sorry.
With
Mayor,
the-
we need to go back.
Oh,
We
yeah.
need
We
to,
didn't vote on it.
Correct.
We just talked about it.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Maybe a motion to approve resolution number 2024-078.
So moved?
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you, Kevin.
Yay, Kevin.
Hey.
And now I'll take a motion to approve the bill list pending review of individual invoices. So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote again, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye. Any member of the Township Committee have any items to put on for new business?
Not right now.
Seeing none, we'll go to the old business list. DOT improvements, the crosswalks. I believe it was at the last meeting. We also talked about crosswalk at the Washington Valley Road, Burnt Mills, 202, 206.
Yep.
And Chief, you looked into it and
Lieutenant Polito and I walked the four lengths of the crosswalks. We had no issues getting across. I don't recommend any changes.
okay. And then with respect to Lamington Road, we're still waiting on DOT to get back to us. So once again, we'll just keep that up there. How much time do you need for utilities?
How much time are you gonna give me? You asked. Let's see, we'll start with JCP&L. So it seems like every time we do a utility update lately, we are discussing the departure or retirement of one of our municipal liaisons. This time is no different. Yolanta Maziarz, who has been our JCP&L rep for the last several years, has left the firm. Yolanta had some big shoes to fill when Carol Bianchi vacated that same position, and now JCP&L has some big shoes to fill to find Yolanta's replacement. Just an aside, I know everybody yells and screams and posts to Facebook when the power goes out, and obviously we share that frustration up here because we are impacted as well. But at the end of the day, talk is cheap. What matters most is getting resources allocated to fund local infrastructure improvements. That's how you affect change. A good advocate like Yolanta is our voice within the hallways and the executive suites at JCP&L, where they're making those investment decisions. So Mayor, for example, we had an outage on Memorial Day. It was caused first by a downed pole and then by a downed tree on the PPAC circuit. Yes, there were two separate incidents.
Yes.
The mayor and I were working the phones and Facebook that day. One thing that folks may not realize is that the lines were still down when the power was restored. That's because of a recent infrastructure improvement where new switches in the hills were installed, which allowed power to be rerouted around the fault. Without that improvement, the outage would have been much, much longer. That being said, there's clearly much more work to be done. The PPAC circuit, which feeds much of the lower hills, is our canary in a coal mine. That circuit runs from the hills up 206 North to the PPAC substation in PPAC Gladstone. It is an above ground line subject to motor vehicle accidents, tree limbs, and animal contact, among other reasons for recurring outages. Behind the scenes, we've been working with Yolanda to make sure JCP&L allocates significant monies to harden that circuit and modernize that substation. Without that investment, we'd just be fighting fires instead of preventing them. So that's just one example of the type of work that the municipality is pursuing and can pursue when we have a good internal ally like Yolanda. She will be sorely missed, and like I said, JCP&L has some awfully big shoes to fill, and we will hold them to that. Mayor, I don't know if you have any additional comments, but just want to bring that up.
So with Yolanda's departure, our temporary liaison is Bob Flynn. Bob, we've dealt with Bob in the past. I certainly know Colin has. However, his main region is up in up further to the north of us, and I think that he's done some work in Summit, but really Bergen County is where, well, actually not Bergen, parts of Essex that JCP&L still provides service up there. So he's got 30 towns up there. He said he's with us temporarily. We hope he's just not inheriting or having JCP&L whack up the towns that Yolanda has, because that frankly may just be too many towns for these guys to deal with, and certainly decreases the opportunity for us to have a direct voice. As Colin mentioned, we were on the phone with Bob all day during that that outage. And it is interesting because at one point, Bob had said, look, you know, the first issue was a tree impacted a guy wire holding up one of the poles. And the pole was going like that. And then as they were fixing, restabilizing that utility pole, a tree went down and took out the wires on that same line.
Oh my gosh.
So at one point, I was told not to expect power until 11, but really it might be midnight. It might be 2 a.m. They had crews on board, but they needed to essentially replace the pole because when the wire went down, it also damaged the pole. However, just as I was getting that news, Colin reports that power was back on. And so we went back to Bob and said, yeah, that they were able to you're on to it was the
They route around where the fault exists, basically.
yeah. They routed around it and were able to get power installed. At the same time, they were still fixing the wire and the utility pole.
Yep.
So once again, having a hardened infrastructure gives us the redundancy that we've been asking for from the utilities for all these years. So we're seeing the fruits of that still manifested in an outage, but you know, it could have been certainly much worse.
Right.
So we will continue to fight with Bob Flynn temporarily until a permanent liaison is assigned to Bedminster. But we may have more.
There is more.
You have more.
Let's talk about Altice. As I mentioned previously, we have 4 neighborhoods, namely Cortland, Wynwood, Wood Duck Pond, and 4 Oaks, now fully fibered, with Knollcrest soon to be the 5th as construction wraps up. One of the issues we identified was the need to help those residents interested in the new fiber service to get on board. As you can imagine, people have questions about the packages, about the discounts, about installation, to name just a few. Using the Altice generic website or a call center staff with people who are not familiar with the Bedminster build would not be sufficient. So we worked with Altice to secure a dedicated resource that they will staff with agents who are trained on our specific build. Effective today, June 3rd, residents can email customer engagement services with an S at alticeusa.com. This mailbox will be monitored Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and the emails will be responded to within 24 hours. So residents interested in the new fiber service can reach out, get their questions answered, and order the fiber service if they so desire. I notified the HOA presidents and the Hills Village North Master on Friday, and they are getting word out to the residents as we speak. As a matter of fact, Altice told me that Friday afternoon, they were already getting emails into that mailbox and it wasn't even live yet. So people were interested. We are also still pursuing a customer engagement day where Altice reps will be on site, most likely at the Artillery Park Clubhouse. So more to follow next time on that one. And there's more. Verizon. The FiOS installation in Pine Vale is wrapping up and Verizon is now accepting orders for new service installations. This is one of 2 Hills neighborhoods where Verizon has recently extended FiOS service, the other being Portland. So there are now 5 FiOS enabled neighborhoods in the Hills. At the end of the day, I would like to see every resident in the Hills have at least one fiber service option. Ideally 2, as I've said previously, nothing like a little competition to get better pricing and better services. That being said, in speaking with the Verizon engineers, there are no other FiOS installations planned for 2024, as I suspect their game plan right now is to deploy 5G fixed wireless broadband in our area. So that's what we have for Verizon. And one last one.
One last, there's more.
There's more. New Jersey American Water, Ms. Ray, Director Murray, Rodney McCarron, and I will be meeting with New Jersey American Water tomorrow to meet with their government affairs personnel. We'll be discussing several issues impacting our Hills residents, including a problem where customers contact the New Jersey American Water call center and are told to call Bedminster Water or the Township, which obviously we don't provide water service. We'll also be discussing coordination around future construction projects in light of Ken Taylor's pending retirement. Ken has been our go-to guy for years and years and years. So more to follow on those discussions next time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm not sure what that was.
That was under 5 minutes.
That was
That was it.
a lot in under 5 minutes.
It was good for 20 pages. Kevin, any further updates on PSE&G and the installation along Old Stonehouse?
I received updated markup requests for each residential structure for the month of July. So
Okay,
I'm assuming that, once again, I reached out to my contact and we don't have a construction date, is what they're telling me. But I have the markup request. So it looks like they're going to run the meeting down this month, and then in July, they will be doing services to Redfield.
so June, they'll run the main down Old Stonehouse.
Yes,
Then they'll do the connections to both sides of the road.
correct.
And so then when would you expect to pave in the fall?
At this point, I'd probably push it back to 2025.
Real, okay.
This way, any trenching across the roadway settles out. I don't want to pay too soon, and then we have dips, so I want to give the opportunity to settle. So.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Pluckman Park Housing, Committeeman Stevenson, John Bellardo, anything you can discuss or?
A letter went out to the resident, excuse me, to the owner about some of the conditions.
Okay,
So we'll be working with the owner on.
okay. All right, we'll just leave it at that. Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee. So we did have a meeting last week with the mayors involved in the Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee. What I do find interesting is that we've been talking about the traffic intersection cameras and license plate readers. There was an incident in Berners where actually the license plate reader sent out an alert. And there was chief, what was it, 4 members of a South American gang that were apprehended. I think this was in the news, so it's not necessarily, there's no secrets out there. And they were apprehended, I believe, because of the efficacy of the license plate reader. Chief, I'm not sure if there's any more public details you can provide on that incident.
I'd rather not.
Okay, there you go. Perfectly good answer, but I think what this highlights is the fact that this equipment works. And as Robin said, we had applied to Congressman Kane's office to see if we couldn't get a grant for both, not just both, but Bedminster, Bridgewater, Bart Hills, and Peapack Gladstone to install these, to purchase and install and operate these license plate readers at specifically located areas. We did not get that grant, or certainly weren't recommended for the grant. However, we will be having further discussions with Congressman Kane's office about other possible funding opportunities through the federal government. The other issue discussed with the Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee is the adoption of the municipal ordinance that we adopted, Burnsville adopted, Far Hills adopted, P-PAC and Gladstone adopted, and Bridgewater is introducing and will introducing, I believe, on June 6th. And if introduced, then there'll have a public hearing and possible adoption of the same ordinance later in the month. Once again, this ordinance would give municipalities the ability to charge violators for attempting to steal vehicles, steal stuff from vehicles, or to steal stuff from residents. So we're hoping that all the towns work together to get that done. We also talked, once again, further coordination and cooperation between our police departments, which we still have that commitment from all of the towns. And once again, we'll continue to update you as those discussions proceed. And as new information and new opportunities for enhancing public safety comes through. We do not have an executive session, so we'll go through township committee comments and we will adjourn for the evening. Committeeman Stevenson.
Thank you, Mayor. My only comment is just to wish those who are running tomorrow good luck and to encourage everybody to get out there and vote. So get out there and vote.
Okay. Thank you. Committeeman Hickey.
Just to echo that comment, exercise your civic duty and go vote. Thank you, Mayor.
Committeewoman Moreski.
Thank you, Mayor. I may have misheard, but it was the White House Wind Symphony that played at JVH. I don't know if you said the right name, but they've been super
Nope.
supporters of JVH. And we have them play at least once a year and they bring their own crew. They bring a lot of people. So I just want to make sure that I heard you say that right.
I did not say anything even close to that. No, I said the Central Jersey Saxophone Quartet,
Yes.
which they were playing at the farmer's market.
Okay.
Then they all got in their cars. They drove across our fields.
And they became.
They almost ran over Colin.
Yeah.
And they almost took me out.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Some of them.
And I guess once they cross that line, they become the
They
White House
become-
Wind Symphony.
Okay.
But just to make sure, because they've done a great job with
Maybe
helping
that's
support
why there was
JVH.
more than a quartet.
Yeah, that was.
Exactly. There you go. It's a symphony.
Got it.
Was
Symphony.
symphony.
It's a symphony.
That sounds
yes.
way bigger than a quartet.
But to echo these guys, just get out, do your civic duty and vote.
Okay. Committeewoman Fernandez.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to congratulate Officer McCann. Welcome to Bedminster. We're very excited to have you and also just remind everybody to get out and vote tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay. I have nothing further to add, and at 7:53, I'll take a motion to adjourn. So moved.
Ooh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you and good night.
Good
Hit
night.
it.
There we go.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night,
John.